You listen to NDX Radio. DJ Night. From Bethel, Kentucky. More lights, more sound.
Good afternoon, YouTube, Twitter, and, well, yeah, Facebook, if you're on Facebook too. Won't be gone long on Facebook. Just kind of had some things probably go on, but once I get my, like I said, music license and stuff, we should be good to go. But today, here we are on Monday. It's a very cold Monday. High of 31 for the weather update today. Got a few closings, but since it's we're so late into the day, I'm sure you guys are well know that. If you're still out and about or going to try to be out and about, though, please be careful because the roads are still real slick, and I'm sure they'll freeze tonight or great into tomorrow. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to finish Prisoner of Azkaban. We're going to go over. I've got the new quiz up on my site. So if you guys don't know that yet, though, you can go on there, though. A lot more questions. I think there's like 21 of them now instead of like 8. Um, it varies. I mean, like I said, I don't want to say the whole movie in case people don't know it. So we'll just skip around. That's why I do the questions like that and stuff, though. So we'll still have fun. I'm sure you guys will. So, today. Monday, right? Ugh, right. Um, so we've been talking about Prisoner of Azkaban. It's like the third movie um, into the Harry Potter series, and so many of you are thinking, well, what's with the what's going on with Harry Potter? You know, what's the deal? Um, well, he just keeps getting into some different things, right? I mean, it's just one of them. Oh no, type things. So when we really dig into it today, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have some fun though. But for some of you all don't know that or maybe not remember things I got to though, I'll end up refreshing your memory there. So we'll definitely have some fun. So here we go with Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay, Harry Potter, right? Seems to be the 007 of the Magic World, right? It's like whoa. Um, like it's kind of funny how I know I'll probably word some things this and there though. Like I said not too long ago, he kind of reminds me of some of the stuff going on with the X Files, right? Mulder Scully. Um, so, but it sits there and makes you think though, doesn't it? It's just like one of those things that is just like, okay, what's going on next? Like what he's done this or done that and whatnot. Seriously, what's the next game changer here? So when we get into a lot of these things, like we're like kind of you could even be real deep kind of stuff. Um, it's one of those things that it'll come right back and hit us pretty hard on it when it does that kind of stuff. So dive right into it. Here we go. Prisoner of Azkaban. Now we're going to go back with some of the questions. I'm going to go redo some of those, and then you'll know the ones that are going to do anything. I asked yesterday. I said, "Where does Harry stay at first?" And for some of you newbies on do those though, I'll give you a couple minutes to answer that though. Of course, some of you all that answered it yesterday, you're well aware of it though. So, if you all live in the same household, please do not spoil it for them. Let them answer it on their own. Sorry, but no can do on that one, right? So just a couple minutes to answer. Where does Harry stay at first? You all saw the answers. I usually read over them, but since I'm scanning over these, I'll read over them on the new ones I get there. That'd be his aunt and uncle's house. Where else? Oh no, right? It's like with them there and Dudley there. I mean, whew, just say, that's just like one of the places I don't really want to be, especially with his with his the other aunt showing up, right? Um, which brings up to the next question we got going here. We're scanning over here. Um, what does Harry do when his aunt insults his parents? And um, for you all that don't that are new today or joining there though is he insults back, runs to his room, inflates his aunt with air, or he cries. Take a couple seconds to answer. What does Harry do when his aunt insults him back? Well, normally we would kind of go run to our rooms just and that's all. But in the magic world, he can do a little more stuff than what we probably definitely could do. Though is he inflates her with air. He blows her up with air. Um, something that I don't think we want to see our kids doing. But I mean, hey, insults uh wizards parents and stuff. Uh-oh on that one though. So that there you go. That happens. Runs upstairs, slams the door, kind of thing. Comes downstairs, got his stuff all packed and everything. His uncle kind of gets mad at him. You know, kind of goes lunges towards him. He kind of get out of the house pretty quick. Kind of cut dry there. So next scene, goes all the way down the street. He goes all the way down the street, right? He goes all the way down there, and he just sits there, just sitting there. I guess I'm not knowing what the next step he's wanting to do though is. Well, um, he sees like either it's a dog or a wolf, right? I take it probably as a wolf that kind of color eyes. Yee. It's kind of scary, isn't it? So as he's waiting there though, and here's the question: is when Harry is sitting on the sidewalk, who comes and picks him up? You know, his uncle, his aunt, um, like they were, yeah. A magic triple decker bus. Whoa, that's cool, isn't it? Or the police. Don't think I'd want the last one, do you? Well, if you all picked a off the top of the wall like I sure would, and with you though, a magic triple decker bus, you all got it right. So yeah, the triple decker magic bus comes out of nowhere. Comes just pretty much she's not know anything though, but of course Harry in magical world that he's in now, like as long as he has been in though, he shouldn't be anything expected, right? Um, so as the bus is going, right? Just apologize, people. Coming today though, I'm kind of having to cut and dry this because we got some the bigger movie going in there though. But I promise you, once you see the movie though, it'll all fall back into place. I'm just kind of scanning over the first ones, just letting you guys know. So after all those events happen, though, is where does Harry get dropped off at? And they were a barn, police station, aunt and uncles, or just a house. Couple seconds. Where does Harry get dropped off at? That'd be a house. A regular looking house to the eyes, but actually, as you know in Wizarding World, what can we expect? So, um, he goes upstairs. He gets taken upstairs, and whatnot though is who talks to Harry when he gets dropped off? I mean, it could be a number of people, right? Professor Dumbledore, Ministry of Magic. Ooh, kind of creepy, isn't it? Professor Snape or Professor McGonagall. Double second. That would be the Ministry of Magic. That's who. um, uh, talks with Harry when he got dropped off is the Ministry of Magic, and that would be um, Mr. Fudge. Um, uh, the Ministry of Magic is Fudge. I guess this is his name. Yeah, I probably should have put that in there though. But so a lot of these events that are happening to Harry, right? It's just like, well, how can it happen just to one guy? But see, it just don't happen just to him all the time, does it though? His friends are there as true friends could be though, and they help him through it, right? So the next morning, the next question would have been the next morning when Harry goes downstairs, who does he see? Minister of Magic again? Professor Dumbledore? Professor Snape? Or Ron and Hermione? Couple seconds. That'd be Ron and Hermione. Apologize, we got to go through these like once again. They're pretty quick though, but once we get to the where we left off yesterday, I promise you it'll slow down tremendously. So that'd been Ron and Hermione is who he saw the next morning. So we went over to when Mr. Weasley talks to Harry, who does he talk about? Anybody? Professor Snape, Sirius Black, Lord Voldemort, ooh, or Professor Dumbledore. Couple seconds. And that's Sirius Black is who he talks about. So the next question we asked yesterday, I'll just kind of whiz through here though. Who came? I mean, came. I should said that a little better though. Who came on the train when Hogwarts Express stopped all of a sudden? And yeah, I mean, if you for those you want to answer that, if you haven't already though, couple seconds. That was the Dementors. I think I'm gonna just go through the questions like this. Pretty cool, isn't it? Who was the person on the train that saved Harry from the Dementors? Professor Dumbledore, Professor Lockhart, Professor Lupin, or Professor Snape? Couple seconds. That was
The Dementors.
so. I kind of had to do that a little bit. Yeah, the Dementors. Um, uh, they're the ones that came on the train. These big kind of lanky guys. I mean, they're just wow. Kind of scary, right? So the next question was, when students go to Hogwarts, who did Professor Dumbledore speak of? Now this is a two-parter. Okay. So this is the next. We're on the new questions here. So we're slowing back down. Okay. So when they're there, right? The only thing, who do students when students get to Hogwarts, who do Professor Dumbledore speak of? And there's two answers, and your questions or your answers are Professor Snape, Professor Lockhart, Sirius Black, or Professor Lupin? Couple seconds. When students got to Hogwarts, who did Professor Dumbledore speak of? And it's a two answer question. He first spoke of Professor Lupin. Yeah, Professor Lupin. Professor Lupin is the new defense against the dark arts teacher, right? And he also spoke of Sirius Black because everybody was. That's why the guards are. That's why everybody was there when they got there and everything, though. Which I think I pretty much answered the next question. I think what I just done is, but who was placed at the entrance of the Great Hall? And there are Dementors, teachers, guards, or just nobody. Couple seconds. Who was placed at the entrance of the Great Hall? That would be two guards. So yeah, there's actually two guards, two human guards, I believe, at the front entrance of the Great Hall. Dementors cannot come in there, especially wasn't teachers because all the teachers are already in there, right? So there were two guards at the front entrance of the Great Hall. So, um, as the students, prepare, eat, and do, do the normal thing routine there and everything. Now, as they're walking up, I guess they usually go to their dormitories, right? Though, so what was the password to the Gryffindor dormitory? Now, a lot of y'all that might be a little tough, though. I mean, I hope it's not too tough, but a lot of us moviegoers, I think we know that big old um, kind of funny saying, right? So, the answers, your choices are Open Sesame, Platuna Major, Open, or Please Open. Yeah. So, those are your answers you get to choose from, though, is couple seconds. What was the password to the Gryffindor dormitory? That would be Platuna Major. So, a lot of you all are thinking, well, probably Open Sesame, but no, no, not for this kids fantasy and everything. No, that would have been Platuna Major. So, y'all got that right? Yay on that. So, they go in their dormitories, right? And they kind of, I guess I'm sure they talk about, different things, right? And things like that too, though. So, who does students the next day see in the paper that someone has been spotted? Now, some of these may jump around, and I mean, they may not, 'cause I kind of shuffled these up some too, though. So, if it seems like I've maybe skipped a scene or something else too, though, is you'll know why. Um, because I kind of wanted to do a little bit more, kind of challenging kind of thing, though. But who does the students the next day see in the paper that someone has been spotted? And would that be Professor Snape, Professor Lockhart, Sirius Black, or the Dementors? Couple seconds to answer. Who does students the next day see in the paper? Someone has been spotted. That'd been the one and only Sirius Black. I mean, that's the main guy, right? Main guy of the talk of all the paper, right? So yeah, kind of really creepy though. Busted out of prison though. Sirius Black. Yeah, that's who they were talking about. So, um, I mean, like I said, we're gonna skip around the movie some. Kind of get spice things up a little bit. So in this scene though, what does Ron come face to face with? I mean, it could be a number of things, right? Hermione, Professor Snape, a dog, or Sirius Black. I do believe this is a two-parter too. So, couple seconds to answer. What does Ron come face to face with? Well, if I don't have it as a two-part question though, if you got one of the these other two though, you still got it right. It was a dog and Sirius Black because remember that Sirius Black is Padfoot. That's the dog. So like I said, if you got either one of those, you got it right. But then again, if it was a two-parter there though, then you got that right if you answered both of those. So I didn't remember um how I kind of did that. Um so after that, he pretty much was dragged, wasn't he though, like down in a hole, right? So when they get to the abandoned tower, it goes all the way to the abandoned tower, right? When they get to the abandoned tower, what do Harry, Hermione, and Ron come face to face with? It's not just Ron now, right? It's the whole three amigos, right? Is Professor Dumbledore, Professor Snape, Sirius Black, or Peter Pettigrew? Now I do believe this one's a three. I mean, if it's not, there's a three coming up or something for sure. But whatever it says on your end, I can't really unfortunately see it on my end. So uh, I'll give you a couple seconds to answer this one. Okay, I kind of was sitting there thinking though that it maybe just be a two-parter though, But now, if it is a three though, for all of us you've seen it though, this they do face three people anyway. So the answer would definitely be Sirius Black and Peter Pettigrew. Ron's rat ended up being Peter Pettigrew, right? So they do face both of them though, but they also end up facing all three of them too though. So like I said, I don't know if it was the two or three though. So but if it was just two though, it really just into the next one though. Who interrupts Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, and the students when they're kind of comforting there though? Professor Dumbledore, Lord Voldemort, Professor Snape, or Professor Lockhart? Couple seconds to answer. Who interrupts Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, and the students? That would be Professor Snape. He barreled right in there, and just like I knew it was you, kind of thing, because he knew uh what was going on. I think even with Professor Lupin too. So yeah oh yeah, I forgot to miss out too though. And I think Professor Lupin also was in there as well. So yeah, I apologize for that one though. But after they leave the abandoned tower and stuff, though, here's the next question: what does Sirius Black tell Harry that his parents named him to Harry? Brother, cousin, godfather, or uncle? Take a couple seconds to think. What does Sirius Black tell Harry that his parents named him to Harry? That'd be his godfather. They named uh because they were really 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 close friends. They found out. Um, so Sirius Black, you see, is not the enemy that everybody thought he was, though. That's just what he was portrayed as to kind of keep things down, I believe. Things like that too, though. So um, after that's even said and done, though, um, Hermione yells out, and um, Harry, I think yeah, Harry or some of that though is, but so and the reason they're doing this is though is the next question is what happens to Professor Lupin? He dies, turns into a cat, turns into a werewolf, or none of the above. Take a couple seconds to think. What happens to Professor Lupin? Well, a lot of us think, well, it's a magical world. There's not much of what we've seen on other movies, though, is unfortunately it is because what happens to Professor Lupin? He turns into a werewolf. Ooh, yeah, scary, isn't it? So, when they're having to rush away pretty quick, right? Because a werewolf now, and whatnot though, and I think um uh Sirius turns back into the dog to try to fight him. Um, it's kind of hard though with though them being good friends that they are, but when he's the werewolf and stuff, he's kind of uncontrollable, right? I mean, so it's just like ooh, creepy. So, but when they're running away and uh Sirius and him was down by this pond, like it's just this normal pond down it. And then too though is what does Harry see across the pond when Sirius has been taken by the Dementors. Like the Dementors sucked his, like I think it's a soul or whatever out of it, and it was kind of a sad scene. But I mean, what does Harry see across the pond when Sirius was taken by the Dementors when that happens? A wolf, a rabbit, a doe, or none of the above? Take a couple minutes to think. What does Harry see across the pond when Sirius was taken by the Dementors? That'd be a doe. What? Not now. A lot of you have seen it though. It looks like maybe like a buck or something, But I think they do mention. I think it was like a doe or something. So now I do apologize if I did get that one wrong though. But it was a deer nonetheless. But I think it did mention doe or some sort there though. So you would have got that right anyway. Um, so so after all this is going on, right? We're still not done, right? No. We're still, you know, um, things have happened, right? There was even a scene that Buckbeak was sentenced to death. Um, Hagrid's pet there and stuff too, though. So what do you think's going to happen next, though? So that's actually the question of the next one, though. They're in the hospital there. Dumbledore comes up to Hermione now though, and literally just kind of winks at Hermione though, because you kind of know he knows already what and he actually does something. So what does Professor Dumbledore tell Hermione to do with the time necklace? That's what's around her neck. Around her neck. Um, twist it. I can make twist, not swizz. All right. Twist or take it off, give it to him, or turn it 3 times. Take a couple of seconds to think. What does Professor Dumbledore tell Hermione to do with the necklace or the time necklace around her neck? And that's turn it 3 times because it's a time thing. It's like a time tumbler kind of thing. So when she does that, they whoosh, pretty much go back in time before even Buckbeak was um, even killed too, though. So basically, we're going through half the movie already over, right? Again though, but see, I kind of like when things like that happen in the movie, right? I mean, don't you? Is because you don't want to see some of the sad stuff though. Don't end up being sad anymore, is it? Especially if they can prevent it. Because what they're implying is there certain things you can change, and there are certain things that you can't. So, um, when they go and do back and do that, he's telling her to do that for a reason. And so, this actually goes upon a lot of gestures on it. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I think that Sirius Black, I mean, he does, he does die. I think in that though, but where when they take the tumbler back, it's either with the same scene or it was back. Like I said, I haven't seen these in a while. Forgive me though, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track though. Is it does say uh we'll skip to the end because like I said, we're just skimming around some of these because I don't want to give away the whole entire movie to people that hasn't seen it yet. Sorry, but I just want to do that though. What happens to Sirius Black in the end? I mean, well, out of all the events, what happens to him though? I mean, is it unchanged? Does he die? He disappeared. He flies away on Buckbeak. Buckbeak's dead, right? Or none of the above. Take a couple of seconds to What happens to Sirius Black in the end? Well, guess what, guys? He flies away on Buckbeak. Yep. When they went back in that tumbler, they prevented Buckbeak from dying or getting killed, and Sirius Black got saved as well. Um, uh, so it makes you think a lot, doesn't it? Though I mean, just you're sitting there thinking, well, how'd that happen? Well, I mean, in the movie when they went back in time, though, because some of the scenes actually happen pretty quick, though, right? Some people didn't really catch it though. I had to watch it really, to be honest with you, a couple times to even get what really had happened. I mean, but in the end, it was a great movie. I mean, just like all the rest of them are, just amazing. The reason I'm kind of skimming through this one a little quick is because the rest of the movies actually pretty much on up. They're pretty good sized movies, aren't they? I mean, not that these weren't, but they're really getting into depth, and so I want to kind of spend quite a few times there though. Probably will take a break from the series tomorrow. I'll be back on the mic with you guys tomorrow though, but we'll talk about some other, a few other things out that way. Give me a couple days to kind of get some questions, rustled up and things like that too though. So just giving you a heads up on that. So we'll be returning back with Harry Potter Goblet of Fire be on Wednesday. So but tomorrow you'll still have me there. Um, but we will be returning back to the series on Wednesday. So been a great road so far though with Harry, hasn't it? I mean, he's went from being a kid not knowing what magic really was or and whatnot to saving or having help with Hermione and them though, but saving a Buckbeak and find out he's got a godfather right and all that stuff though. He's come a long way, hasn't he? He's still got a lot of trucking to do, doesn't he? I mean, so we'll dig more into these as NDS Radio enlightens these though. My pleasure though. Just became the radio station this year. Anybody really can be really technically a radio station, but what mine basically consists of is it's just on YouTube, actually Facebook. When I get back on there though, YouTube, Facebook, and now Twitter. I'm getting ready to add another platform called Twitch. Um, I know you guys are probably excited about, if you've got Twitch. I really didn't know really what it was though, but I know it's another platform that is just hot this year. Things like I got two of those, so here pretty soon, NDS Radio and ACJ service will be on Twitch. So I will give you all updates on my website when that will be available on Twitch. Also, got my numbers, whatnot there too though. I'll send a text or emails of whatnot though around to you though when NDS Radio becomes on Twitch. So be going to three or two right now though to three. We'll go back out, going back to four. Just some drama happening on Facebook, guys. I just I hate to kind of relay this and everything too though is, but guys, this is completely a business. If I was making a post or something on my regular website or something, that'd be a different story. But when you're doing the reactions and stuff, which I didn't have a problem with at first, but then it causes uproar, which it really shouldn't. That affects not only me. I've got Facebook probably kind of looking at me kind of weird too, though. What's going on? So, guys, until we can really kind of unfortunately get the lay of the land of that, and the comments where people no comment there too, though. Facebook will be a non participant in the NDS radio right now. But it will be soon, I promise. I'll let you guys know, put updates on my website as well. If you have not become a member on my website, become a member on my website. But please, I'm begging you all. This is a privacy act. It is pretty much a law. Okay, is do not go looking for, well, how do you know this person? How do you know that person? Everybody, I'm telling you this right now. It's a business website. They are under the Privacy Act, though. I hate to say it's nobody else's business who else is on there. Okay, if y'all can't get along though, then the person doesn't need to be on there. Then, and the only reason I'm saying this is I'm not being nasty. I'm not being guys. Once again, this is a business website. I make money off this service and everything. Though I've been doing it for quite a while, I'm really good at it. So if you become a member on there, um, I cannot disclose you who a member is. I will not disclose you who a member is. that falls under the Privacy Act, which also falls under websites and all kinds of stuff. And if you all can look that up, and it will tell you the exact same thing. So Privacy Act strictly, strictly enforced on Nate's DJ site or NDS website, um, any websites that are on here. Period. Okay. If you guys don't think you can handle that or something too, though, do not add us. Okay. Do not add us. It's a group though. You can do everything else. That's fine, but you only become members. It's like a kind of a respectful type member thing. Kind of a privilege type thing, as you can think of it though is. But guys, I cannot risk because it's a business a little different. Facebook and all that. I promise you, they look at everything. It's a business. When you say the word business on there, everything's got to fall under business. It's not just a personal thing. Okay, guys. So if you guys can play ball with that, because I sure want to do that too. Though is become a member on all my websites if you want to do that. Would love to hear from you. And if you want to book us, look at I should have here soon prices and price ranges there. But if you need to really want to know here soon, also weather pending though being winter, what our prices are here at Nate's DJ service. Um, because I'm on both things here. NDS Radio is a part of it too, though. But I thought I'd just have some fun with you guys, talking to you on the mic and stuff like that too, though. Not just in the hot seat for the music. So here soon. Apart from that, here soon, I will have a should have a CCLI license here soon. It'll cover videos. It's mainly for churches, but it should cover me. It'll be for any type of music. That way, it'll satisfy Facebook and all them. They'll be good with me. I'll be good with them. We'll all be in harmony type thing. So once that's done, I'll be taking off with this even more than what is though. But just as of right now, NDS Radio, we're just going to be doing podcasting, kind of talking stuff too though. But we're doing movies and stuff too though. So with those announcements, there though, I'll go into a little bit more depth into maybe some of them tomorrow, because it is actually time for me to hop off here. Don't really have a time limit, but we're done with the Harry Potter series as of today. So be careful, be safe if you're all going to need to be out there. Please do. I know I had to do a telehealth today on my doctor today, though, but it kind of saved me from getting out because I didn't want to take the chance, though. But if you have to get out, if need be, you have to get out, please drive safe because I want my fans to be able to get back on the phone the next day and listen to NDS Radio or be able to book me for an HCJ service. So please be safe. That's not the only reason, though, but it is a perk, So, but with all that being said, though, be safe, be smart, and just like they always say, though, click it or ticket, Kentucky. It is the law. So this is DJ Nate from NDS Radio from Bethel, Kentucky.
You listen to NDX Radio. DJ Nate from Bethel, Kentucky. More lights, more sound.